These are actually ancient Native American artifacts. Today, we're going to show you how to tell the difference when we take a look at John Phillips' collection of Indian artifacts today on Personal FX.
Those soldiers never die. They never will either.
You want to sing, June, the period around the mole reverse? Oh, I love this. How do we just turn this? Hello, everybody. I'm Claire Carter, and welcome to our apartment here at FX. It isn't Thursday. It's Wednesday, February 1st. Yes. Judith Katz-Schwartz is here. Now, you're going to be showing us not just some fabulous tin toys, but we usually think that if you clean them up, you're going to affect the value.
No, that's not true. If you clean them up, you will enhance their value.
So you're going to show us how to advance the value?
Absolutely.
After a while. I fell in love with this one. Can I just kind of take it with me?
Sure.
We're going to see some fabulous tin toys and the care and the feeding of the tin toys. We always learn something around here. And we have people visiting us in the apartment with items to be appraised. You are?
Trish.
Trish, nice to have you here. Welcome.
Lori.
Lori?
Bob.
Bob?
Jeff.
Jeff. Hello. Now we have, very interestingly, two uncles and niece combinations here. Mm-hmm. Yes? Yep. That's very interesting. Uncle,
and
niece.
Sure.
You're the big collector?
Yes. Just about everything. You
Just
name it. And, you know, if I find it at a flea market or a garage sale, I'll pick it up.
Yeah.
And
Are there a lot of things in your family that get passed along from generation to generation?
Well, not really. We pick up a lot of stuff at auctions and a lot of flea markets and garage sales.
Well, see, I just picked this up, but
Oh,
I'm
gee.
having a good time with it. Yeah, it's a wonderful tin toy. I won't let him play. And we're so glad that you're here. And want to remind our audience, you've all brought some interesting items, which you're going to be letting me know later on whether they're up for sale. So give some thought to that. And call us at 1-800-FX-FX-FX1 if you see something they're willing to part with and you'd absolutely love to buy. But we're in Eugene, Oregon today. I have an important question. Did you see yesterday's show?
Yep.
So you
Great
remember what
show.
happened
Great
yesterday? We have to find out about from John. Did he get a new shirt after yesterday, John? Because you literally ripped your shirt, and by the end of the show, you were in your shirt sleeves.
Cameraman, he suggested today that I rip the pants. I said, no, I'm not going that far.
John, it could be good for the ratings. You never know.
No. There's some things you just can't do on a family show, even though it's live. Claire, today we are with John Phillips. John, thank you, sir, for joining us.
Well, it's our pleasure to be able to show you things.
Now, I didn't mean to do this, but I got your Native American artifact all wet here, but this actually is not a rock, and you saved this, didn't you?
No, I was a forester and was working a rock crushing machine and watching the rocks go in, and I saw a piece that was not regularly shaped. I mean, irregularly shaped. This is regularly shaped and shows that it has been manufactured to make that smooth round figure, probably a hammerstone used for pounding.
So that's how you know, because it's regularly shaped.
Regularly shaped.
Oh, okay. Well, Claire,
nature doesn't make, they call them nature facts, the ones that are not man-made.
and you spotted this in a rock pile. Well,
And you can see it's chipped a little bit.
Well, I didn't mean to get it wet. Is that all right?
No problem. It doesn't hurt rock.
Well, Claire, he's got a whole bunch of artifacts that are really neat, a lot of neat stories behind them. We're going to be taking a look at those today.
Well, I know it was raining outside, John, so you had your hat on. Now that you're indoors, you're going to take it off, or are you going to keep it on?
Well, see, the thing with this hat, the problem with this hat is although it says FX on the front, the problem is on the back it says breakfast time, so we got a real problem with this thing.
Thanks for showing us. I do have to share with you one fax that we got. It's very important. Dave Allen in Jasper, Alabama had sent the fax yesterday because he wanted a pair of socks for a charity auction. You took off your socks. So
Right.
he wants to thank you for donating the pair of socks, but he would really prefer a pair of clean socks.
That's cold-blooded. That's cold-blooded. Okay, you'll get the clean
Just wanted
socks.
to let you know this is an update here.
You know what, Claire? That's fine because I really like that pair, so I'd rather give him a different pair anyway.
Very good, Sean. Thank you. Look forward to seeing the collection. And Christine, you want to join us and show us what you brought? Do you need some help, or
No, it's not
you're
too
okay
heavy.
here? Let me introduce you to Deirdre Featherstone.
Hi, how are you?
And John Bruno. It's good to see you. I missed you on Monday. Little trading places here.
Everything's a little wamboozled today.
Well, do you know, we're doing an appraisathon in Eugene in 2 days. It's like 150 people. We got so many phone calls and faxes.
Great.
It was incredible. We're all booked up, but we're really excited. We're going to have a couple of appraisers, and everybody's going to come on down, meet John, and have their items appraised.
That's a good idea.
Gang
So what
appraisals.
did you bring here?
This is from, I've been in my family since my great-grandmother,
So,
and that's about all we know about it. We thought it was a print, it's signed, and that's about it.
It's actually a print on silk.
Looks like a gravure process. With
A what process?
photo gravure. You've heard the old Easter Parade song in the rotogravure. Rotogravure is a coloring process where they do print overlay on a linen paper to give you the photo and the color.
But I
This
never
is
stopped to think about what it meant
Yeah,
before.
that's what it means, and this looks like a photo gravure process.
It's an engraved plate.
Yeah, engraved plate, and it's actually rubbed onto the silk. This is a very, very interesting piece. What, 19 teens, 1920s?
Yeah, I think so, especially, and it's in its original frame.
Frame.
No, my great-grandfather
No.
made the frame in the
Did he?
30s.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right, because now, the oak was used very much at the turn of the century, and it's part of the whole arts and crafts movement. It was the whole, process of using oak.
Your grandfather's
And
picked up the original concept.
he has
Gone with it,
definitely,
yeah.
at the same period in time.
Sounds like he was a talented man to
He
be
was
a
a
carpenter.
carpenter. Yeah.
Was he? It's beautiful work.
This is very interesting. Very, very interesting.
So what would you put a value on it?
Probably, I would say 125, 150,
yeah, exactly,
right in there. Yeah. Nice print.
It's so very lovely.
It's wonderful.
I
And it's
have a-
nice that it's on silk. That's
Yeah.
a little unusual.
Okay.
I have a feeling you probably want to keep it in the family, but I'm still going to
maybe.
ask, would you put it?
Maybe.
Maybe?
Maybe.
Maybe.
Oh, you would consider putting it up for sale?
Maybe.
That's a big
Big maybe.
Well, maybe we'll let you know later.
Okay.
We've got an office we get. Thank you so much for
Thank
being
you.
here. And Jeff is joining us. And let's see what you brought. Welcome.
Claire? Hi, it's
Good
nice
to
to
see
see you guys
you.
in person finally.
Oh, that's always
Do they
nice
look
to hear.
different?
Actually, they look younger.
Thank you so much.
I'm trying for a higher appraisal here.
I was going to say younger and thinner, right? A higher appraisal. Oh, you'll say anything to get a higher appraisal. Tell us about these pens that you brought.
This was given to a friend of mine about 1955 or 56. And we trade items back and forth, and I ended up with it.
What did you trade it for?
Some car literature and stuff. I have no idea who ends up ahead. We just
you know what,
pass
it's-
stuff back
You
and
just have
forth.
fun trading.
Yeah.
Classic Sheaffer 1950s
50s.
fountain pen and pencil set.
And you've got the original box. You've got the original paperwork, which is
Warranties,
very
that's
nice.
really
Yeah, that's
nifty.
very nice to have.
Gold, 24 karat gold, plated nib. Yep. And it has the screw fill. You would put it in the ink and screw it to fill it. Works the bladder inside that way. Probably,
It works the what inside?
all right, there's a little bladder inside that
you
holds
open
the ink. Let me see.
It's called a bladder.
A bladder.
Just wanted to make sure.
No, I don't want to break it.
Okay.
But there is a bladder. It's about the length of the barrel and just holds about 2 ounces of ink at any given time. And the screwing action actually fills it. The screw mechanism is not functioning. It is broken.
Do you ever use these pens, or
Some of them I do,
You
yeah,
do.
quite a few.
Oh, you have a
Oh,
little collection.
They're wonderful.
pens are pretty collectible?
Yeah, this is an
Very
yeah,
collectible.
very
Pens are
collectible.
major, major,
Very
major collectible. Especially from the 50s, because that's all our age group now.
Right, right.
Stuff we all grew up with. Some of us.
Almost.
Almost. Probably plastic. I don't think it's...
Actually, I don't think it is plastic. It's,
What do you think?
geez, I don't know.
not-
It looks,
it's not a
it
Bakelite
doesn't look-
or a,
You know what? You're probably right.
it is
'cause
plastic,
It's
yeah.
not a. It's not a Bakelite.
It's warm to the touch. It is plastic.
Warm to the touch means
Yeah,
plastic.
It's got like
yeah.
a false tiger eye or cat's
Exactly.
eye.
And
kind
what
of
is the
graining
price
on
to
it.
the touch?
The set, the way it is, probably
Again,
about 100 and a quarter,
100 and a quarter,
150. That's the number for the day. Yeah, yeah,
Even
exactly.
after he said those
But
nice
then
things
again,
to
young
you?
Even
owners, so maybe
Imagine if you haven't said those nice things.
Up to
Yeah, no, that's
150. Now, you had traded this with your friend. Would you
think I
be
did pretty
interested
well.
in
Good.
putting it up for sale?
Sure. Let's see what the phone calls bring. Why not?
You want to see? And
Uh-huh.
you're in that kind of spirit?
Yes.
Well, thank you. Have a
Unless he wants
seat.
to trade for
We
something
love
else.
having, stay seated. We're going to take a break. We love having people come to the apartment, but also a lot of you either can't get here or love to meet us on the road. So let me tell you how you do that. Meet John Burke. Call us at 212-802-4081. This is where John's going to be. The week of February 6th in Colorado Springs, the week of February 13th in New Orleans, and then the week of February 20th in Kansas City. Yeah, but we're in Eugene, Oregon today, and Shauna has something that she's going to want to show us and have you guys appraise in a moment. What have you got, Shauna?
Well, I've got what I think are olive picks, but that's what I'm hoping to find out today on Personal FX.
I want to explain something to you. It's time to get out the baggy shirts. You ain't fooling nobody, okay?
Get your blood pumping with a breakfast time warm-up on FX.
Now push it down there.
Why would you get siding installed on your house now? Well, the special offer from Sears is a good reason, but it's not as impressive as this. Before and after. After it's sided, your home will look better than ever. Siding from Sears gives your home a gorgeous new appearance that lasts for years. Sears siding transforms almost any kind of home. Wood frame, stucco, brick. Vinyl coverings look great on hard-to-paint eaves and overhangs, too. Call now to take advantage of our special offer. There's no obligation. Plus, convenient credit plans are available. Call, and before you know it, your home will look beautiful now and ever after.
Call 1-800-293-6800 now to arrange for your free in-home inspection and estimate on Sears Premium Vinyl Siding. Now's the perfect time to make your home look new. So call now, 1-800-293-6800.
You know what you want. Hair that's beautifully soft and body like you've never had before. Now softness and body come together with Finesse Conditioner to give you soft body. Finesse has exclusive dual-action conditioners. One for softness and one to build incredible body for hair that's twice as beautiful. When you've got soft body, you've got Finesse.
You can stop destruction in your neighborhood.
FX wants you to take a stand.
Hi, I'm Gwen McGee in North Philadelphia, where Partners for Progress is hard at work. Partners for Progress is a working partnership formed between local government and the people in the community to take back and clean up neighborhoods. With a little bit of help from the city, people in North Philadelphia have cleaned up over 5,500 blocks, 1,500 inlets, 850 vacant lots, and cleaned and sealed over 300 abandoned homes. Together, the people of the community and city officials are taking a stand to make North Philadelphia a safer place to live. Find out what you can do to start a program like Partners for Progress in your area. You can begin by simply organizing a letter-writing campaign to your local officials. Don't wait to take action. Be part of the solution.
Stop the anger and neighborhood destruction. Take a stand.
Welcome back now to Personal FX. Well, the silk print may be up for sale. Sometimes people aren't quite sure. It depends on what the offers are. And the pen set is up for sale as well. So a reminder about our 800 number. What are you guys talking about here?
We're talking about merchants. Like, I'm saying, how could you sell anything that anybody made? And he's saying, why not?
Why not? Move on.
So he's
Move
truly
on.
a merchant, and I guess I must be a sentimentalist.
When you create something that you love, it's hard to part with
Oh,
it.
exactly. Yeah, yeah.
Like your earrings.
Well,
Every
I can
time
make more of those.
Deirdre walks in, I want the earrings, the scarf. I mean, very good taste, Deirdre, my taste.
We'll mug you in the elevator.
Good. Wait
And
till it's
now,
done.
we're going back to Eugene, Oregon, because Shauna has this interesting items to show us. You did a lovely job of presenting them before, Shauna.
Thank you.
I love the case.
What about
did the case come with them?
No, the case is a toolbox that my husband designed for me to put these in.
That's fabulous.
They're actually not a set themselves. I've collected them all individually.
Tell us again a little bit more about them.
Well, I got the first 3 about 6 years ago in Boston when I lived there, and was so charmed by them that every time I found another one or another 2, I would purchase them. No one that I bought them from has been able to tell me very much. I think that they're olive picks. They have the point on the end. A lot of them have the little bulb that would keep the olive from sliding all the way up.
Well, why don't we see what Shauna and Deirdre can tell you? Are these glass olives?
They are glass olive picks, unless they have the rounded end, and then they're drink stirrers.
Drink stirrers.
They are
have the what?
the rounded end. She seems to have all points on all the
pointed
ends.
ends, so it's meant to pierce fruit or something along those lines.
Like a spear.
Right.
Yeah,
They're
exactly.
Italian. They're Murano glass,
Venetian glass,
Venini glass.
1950s, early 60s.
1950s, exactly.
Yeah. They're very, very popular as a collectible. They came both as the food spears that you have here. There were also as drink stirrers. They're also just decorative ashtrays,
You
yeah,
had
with
in
the
the
little
same
animals
style.
and birds on them. Highly, highly collectible sizes.
So how would you set a value on that?
How many are here?
Individually.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, about $25, $35 each, and then multiply it by what you have. There's no
Exactly.
set per se. They
It's
didn't
an-
come as a complete
Right,
animal
and it's an
farm.
assembled set. She's collected from different places all over. I'm sure if we got closer to it, we could identify who made what.
Yep.
But the way that it's laid out right now, it's an assembled set, so the value would not increase as a result of having as many as you do. So I would say, again, $20 to $30 a piece.
Yeah.
I think they're great.
They're great
Yes,
fun.
Great.
they really are.
Venetian glass is very, very popular right now.
Yeah.
Well, it seems like you really love them. Would you ever part with them?
Not at this point. I'm still having a lot of fun finding them, and I think right now I'll hold on.
Oh, thank you so much for joining us here today on Personal FX. And you're nice and dry inside, because I understand it's a little
That's
rainy
right.
outside.
Very rainy.
Very rainy.
Thanks, Claire.
Thank you. And Bob now has something he'd like to show us. Hi, Bob. Welcome.
Hi, how are you?
Ooh, where does this come from?
Well, we bought this at an auction. Actually, there's a little story with
Good,
this.
tell us.
It's we went to an auction, and I went to the bathroom, and my wife, when I came back, my wife told me, she says, well, I just bought 9 pieces of Chinese furniture. I says, where is there 9 pieces of Chinese furniture? And I looked at the paper, and it was 59 pieces of Chinese furniture. And this was included in one of the crates when
So
we
was it a
opened them
good
up.
thing that you went to the bathroom and took a bathroom
I
break
don't know
or
if
what?
it was or not, really. But well, depends.
All depends on how much you paid.
Well, we paid $1,000 for all the furniture, but
So you're fine.
yeah, we're fine.
You're fine.
For 59 pieces,
For 59 pieces of anything, you're fine.
This is definitely Oriental, and I must say, if this is not a reproduction, and
It's so hard to tell the reproductions of this with the originals, but this
looks very
good to me.
old, and this falls in Shang and Chang dynasty, which runs around 2,000 years old. So this could be legitimate. I would
Yeah.
get this to a true Orientalist and have them run some sort of testing on it.
What kind of
If you need a name,
I'll have to check the clay. There are a few chips here which will give a chance, an opportunity to get it into the pottery
To
and
the
see
old,
the
yeah.
composition.
So
of
if it
the
is that
clay.
old, he did incredibly well.
He has museum
very well.
quality.
Exactly.
And yeah, this is outside
its
collectible
condition
purview.
is incredible, and
Yeah.
it's got a very, very nice design on it. And you can see the influence. It's almost a whole Mediterranean kind of, a little bit almost
Smiling
Greek.
right
Yeah,
now.
you
Really
made me
smiling.
smile.
Did you have any idea
No.
that it could be
No.
a museum
Well,
quality
we
piece?
have an antique book that we looked at, and it was a similar vase, a vase, and it said that it was into the 2000 BC. It's the Shang dynasty.
So what kind of money are we talking
Oh,
here?
we're talking
I wouldn't even put
not
a value on it.
way outside collectible purview. You're into museum values, and I don't
Right.
want to give
So you
anybody
need to
any
take
false
this to your
misleading.
museum.
But
If you
this-
need somebody's name, I'll give you, there's a man who
Yeah,
does this and he knows
I
it.
appreciate that.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So
but
you want
it's
to take this to your
Fraser's
museum,
too.
and afterwards were you interested in putting it up for sale?
Oh, well, all depends.
Hold on, John, 1 second. Are we talking retirement dollars, that
We're
kind of money?
talking
You want us to
very
give this to you?
comfortable retirement dollars.
Win the lotto money?
Win the lotto.
Just
what
checking.
range?
Well, not-
Just what range?
Many hundreds of thousands.
Wow, don't trip.
Hundreds of thousands, yeah.
We will be
I'm
very
not going
nice
to go
to
as
this
high
piece.
as that because this isn't my field of expertise, but I would say that you have something very valuable and definitely look into it.
And let us know after you
Yeah, I
do.
will.
definitely.
Remember your
Follow up
friends.
here.
I will, right. Thank you
You
very
heard it
much.
here first.
Right.
Thank you so much for being
Right,
with us.
thank you.
Take it back carefully.
Yes.
Yeah,
Please.
Now you got me scared.
right. Make them nervous.
His wife was keeping it on a sideboard with pussy willow in it, and the cats were playing with it.
Oh, good. The cats could have destroyed it. Lori joins us now. Hi, Lori.
How are you?
Welcome. What did you bring?
It's an antique referee's watch from the
That's great.
1930s.
Where'd you get it?
Garage sale. Bought it for a friend, and he allowed me to bring it on to
Great.
show.
How
It
much was paid for it?
I actually don't know. I was with someone at the time, and
Yeah,
we kind of
no.
picked it up.
1940s.
It does work if you...
Yeah.
1950s, I'd say.
1940s, 50s, maybe late 30s from the style.
Slide it. It still runs.
That's
It's
great.
incredible. It's very nice. A little different level than what we just saw.
Yep.
Yeah,
But
exactly.
interesting nonetheless.
So we can't all have pieces that are worth hundreds of thousands of dollars.
It's interesting because it is a referee's watch. You see so many pocket watches, it's not quite as usual to see the
And I believe
the
the
referee's
quarters are
watch.
broken up differently now than how they play them.
Oh, that's
You're right.
fascinating.
You're absolutely right.
than
Yeah,
the timing.
absolutely right.
So the value on something like this is?
Oh, it's curio value, sports memorabilia, probably around $35, $50.
I would say a little more.
More? Okay.
75 to 100 on it. I think it's interesting.
Hey.
50 to 100. Yeah.
Okay, I have $200. Were you interested in putting it up for sale?
No, actually, I gave it as a gift, so I'd be an Indian giver if I sold it.
Oh, I lost it on my own.
Exactly.
Do not sell it.
No, I'm
But we're
not.
so glad that you're here today.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for joining us.
Okay.
And we're going to be seeing a lot of interesting Indian artifacts because John is in Eugene, Oregon today. Oh, and they're going to bang the drum slowly here, John.
That's right, Claire. This is a Tara Mahara drum used for American Indian dances. More of John Phillips' collection coming up on Personal FX.
If you ever owned a home, you know it. Old windows can be a real pain. Sticking, leaking, impossible to clean. And the biggest pain of all is paying your heating and cooling bills. But it doesn't have to be that way, because right now you can save money on new energy-efficient windows from Sears. So call right now for a free in-home estimate during Sears' big winter window sale and save 10% up to $500. And find out how easy it can be to beautify and insulate your home. With windows that virtually eliminate air leaks and help keep extreme temperatures out. Windows that reflect heat to help reduce energy loss and the harmful ultraviolet rays that fade your furniture and curtains. Premium windows from Sears slide up with ease and tilt in for easy cleaning. Plus, the vinyl frames and sashes are warranted against rotting, cracking, and peeling, so you'll never have to paint again. Look, these windows aren't just on sale. They're virtually free, virtually maintenance-free, with a limited manufacturer's warranty for as long as you own your home. And we'll be there to back it up. Sears has been in business for over 100 years. The cold season's our slow season. Help keep our installers working and we'll help you save a bundle. Call now for a free in-home estimate and save 10% up to $500 during our winter window sale. Sears' fast, efficient winter construction methods virtually eliminate cold drafts during installation, and no window spaces are left open overnight, so you'll sleep warm as toast. Don't keep wasting energy on those old panes.
Did you get it open?
Yeah, I got it open. Call right now for a free in-home estimate and save on beautiful new windows from Sears.
Call 1-800-714-9800 right now to arrange for your free in-home estimate on new energy-efficient windows from Sears. Call now and have no payments with no interest accrual for 90 days. Sears construction methods make cold weather installation virtually draft-free. Call 1-800-714-9800 now.
Before the Stepford wives, there were the Bradford women.
Whole family of troublemakers and malcontents. Mary Bradford, always fighting the dress code. Joni, smoking on campus. Nancy Truant.
And just when their parents weren't looking, the Bradford woman would sneak off and get into trouble. Was it good, clean fun or a descent into hell?
Women are pretty weird sometimes.
See the Bradford women on 8 is Enough every afternoon at 1, only on FX.
And now, FX's Ode to the Road. It twists, it winds, it carries us to and fro. It curves, it stops, it shows 2 ways to go. Oh, road, you do this selflessly. Not for you is glory, 'cause without your smooth-lined surface, FX couldn't hear people's stories. FX, we're on the road every day.
Did you know, in 1992, a Clovis point, or prehistoric arrowhead, was uncovered in Indiana. Its value, $300.
Welcome back now to Personal FX. We're just checking out jewelry here.
Jewelry,
You
yeah.
now changed your earrings because the other ones were making too much noise from the microphone.
Actually, I wanted to borrow them. She wouldn't let
Yeah,
me.
here, this is another. I want to let you know about what's up for sale right now. We have the silk print. The owner may be putting it up for sale, maybe, worth about $100 to $125. But her grandfather had done the frame. He was a carpenter, and very lovely.
Did a nice job.
And then we have the pen and pencil set from the 50s. And it works.
It works.
Yeah. What did you say? There was one thing that was not
The screw for the
The screw
bladder,
for-
it's an easy fix. There are
Easy
so many
fix.
repairs out there.
worth
You
about
know.
$100 to $125. So we do have our 800 number to write down. Give us a call. We'll let you know at the end of the program what some of the highest offers are of the day. And now we're going back to Eugene. It's raining, by the way, in Eugene, Oregon. And I don't know, maybe they're the drums, does that have anything to do with the rain, or we need to do a Sundance here, John?
I have found the man who is in charge of all the rain in Oregon. I found him, and I found out why he does it. Hey, John Phillips.
I'll have to hide if you talk about like that. About like that.
Right. You're going to be the hunted man. Hey, listen, there's a difference you were telling me between an arrowhead and a point.
We call them projectile points in general, but the true arrowhead only is probably the last 2,500 years or so when they learned to use the bow and arrow, because the bow and arrow points have to be small, like these in this size here. The larger points were probably atlatls or spear points,
okay,
or even knives.
Well, make a point of showing me some of your collection, if you would. Like this one is really special and really old, huh?
That's probably the oldest one in the collection. It's a Clovis point, named from the type they found in Clovis, New Mexico. This one here is probably 10 to 12,000 years old, and they've sold anywhere from $100 in poor shape. Have a record on an auction recently of $2,800 for 1 point.
You're holding a lot of history in your hands, aren't you?
Right.
John, excuse me, a Clovis point and arrowhead are the same thing?
Clovis point was not an arrowhead. It's a projectile point because 10,000 years ago, how do we know just what they used them for? It was probably a spear, it might even been a knife.
So chances are, if it's smaller, it's an arrowhead.
That is the only way to tell. If they're very small, they were arrowheads.
Okay. You got a neat story about this one here, right? Tell me about that one. And now, is this a point or an arrow? Is this?
This is called an Ashtabula point.
Okay.
It's timed from 4,000 years ago to probably 1,500 years ago. That span we don't really know. It was probably a club head.
Well, now tell me
how you see Indian clubs with these mounted in a piece of wood so they can strike with them.
Well, the neat thing, Claire, is that he found, when you got this, it was actually in this paper here?
All right, because of the regulations on the finding of arrowheads, I try and buy only from auctions and estates. This was an estate in Portland several years ago, and most of the good material was sold, and I found the cigar box under the table full of, I could see a few points and some real old papers, and I just bought the whole thing at a low price, and when I got home, this point was in them. And here there is a report from President McKinley on the progress of the Spanish-American War. So I know I probably haven't got a replica or a recent find.
John,
old point.
excuse me, what are the regulations regarding the buying?
In Oregon now, to buy or sell, you need some kind of a provenance. Like if I buy from an auction, I can get an auction statement. If I buy from a private party, he has to have the landowner's written signature to be able to sell the material from that land. From public land, it's all closed to protect the private property of the American Indians and to protect the archaeological studies that are made by the archaeologists.
So what's neat about this piece, Claire, is that the guy who had it before him had it wrapped in this paper, so he knows that the collector goes way back. So whenever he decides to give it up, he's got to wrap it in a current day paper so they know that he had it.
John, how do they determine the age of it?
There are 3 or 4 ways of telling age. One is by the stratigraphy, they call it, where it's found in the layers of ground in the geology of the ground. Another is by carbon dating. If it's any kind of organic material, there's a carbon study that tells how long carbon-14 has deteriorated, and they can measure that length of deterioration and tell. On points like this, you can measure the patina on the surface, and that layer of patina has so many years since the rock was cut. And this is an expensive process, but it can be done.
Now, you have an artifact that you thought was something else when you got it, right? Tell me about that one right there. You thought it was something other than what it turned out to be.
This I bought in Northern California, probably Yoket, and I just thought it was an old bowl, and because I was collecting things, I kept track of it. And now, after reading and studying, I discovered that it is an Indian lamp, probably 1500, 1600, somewhere like that. And if you look at it carefully, you can see a line here where the fat line was. They put a rush in here where it's black, and it blackened the handle up here where it was hung up. So that proves that this is one of those old Indian lamps.
When you say a rush, you mean that little thing right there, right?
Something for a wick.
Okay.
To make the oil burn, you see.
All right. Now, before we go, you have a neat story here, a neat Indian story here on this buffalo hide. Will you tell me that one real quick?
Right. This is the ceremony of the Sundance, which was used by the Plains Indians for religious strength for a sick loved one, some kind of a triumph or whatever, and each of the participants asking to have his prayer granted would have a medicine man put a skewer through his breast meat. And then this is an actual piece of buffalo hide that was used in the sun dances, and they were connected to the pole with that buffalo hide.
Hey, John?
Then they had to dance until it pulled out.
John, excuse me, can you guys get that Sundance going before Friday so that we have some nice sunny weather for the Appraisathon?
Boy, you guys are just asking for, you want the shirt, you want the pants, now you want the breastbone. But anyway,
demanding.
While I got you, Mike, do you recognize these at all?
Yeah, there's the mic. Yes, those are those dolls you brought back from New Mexico.
Okay, I just wanted everybody to know that that's what I gave Mike for Christmas.
Hopi Kachinas.
Hopi Kachinas. Hey, John, thank you, sir, very much.
Well,
for showing
it's my
us
pleasure to
all these
show
artifacts. Claire, this is a neat piece of buffalo hide, isn't it? Very historic, too.
Do you know what's so special about the whole collection? To think that you're holding so much history, items that are thousands of years old. With a lot of respect, you have to hold those items and that history. Thank you so much. What a great collection. And I love hearing about the traditions, Native American Indian traditions. There's so much we can learn from their culture as well. And Trish is joining us right now with an item she'd like to have appraised. What have you brought?
Hi. This is a bell that it's solid brass. It was given to...
Can I ring it?
Yes, you can. It was given to my husband from his...
Thank you.
Yes.
Craig wants to know if it's lunchtime. No, not yet.
It was given to my father-in-law by his boss in the 1950s, and I don't know anything about it before then.
I love the tone of different bells.
I do too.
It's very interesting.
St. Matthew, St. John,
St. John,
St. whoever. Was it?
Lucas?
Luke.
Mark.
And St. Mark.
Mark, Matthew, John. Okay.
This almost looks like a souvenir piece.
It does, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Perhaps an Italian souvenir piece.
Similar to liturgy bells.
Yeah.
That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
Yeah, liturgy bells from the Catholic Church. Probably, she's right, a souvenir piece from Italy, probably from the 40s into the 50s.
40s, 50s, exactly.
Yep. Just a nice little...
It may have been something that was actually used in a church, but I just have a feeling it's more of something that somebody brought back.
Worth about what?
75?
50, 75, yeah, exactly.
About
really nice.
$75?
Yeah, it's a nice little piece.
It's got a lovely sound to it.
Yeah, it's got a very good
Trish, do you want to put it up for sale, or are you going to
No.
take it home with you
Taking it
and
home.
ring that bell?
Yeah.
Thank you so much for being with us
Thank
today.
you.
Do you like tin toys?
Yes, I do. I love them.
Well, when we come back, kids love tin toys, but we adults, I never stop loving tin toys. We're going to be finding out about how to take care of them, because sometimes you buy them and they're not in the greatest of condition. So the care and feeding of tin toys in just a moment. Stay with us.
And people complain when there's a raise in bus fare. The Prospect Park Omnibus tin toy made by Althoff Bergman is valued at $13,800.
Hi, I'm John Davis, one of the roving reporters on Breakfast Time. You know, this morning I started my day at a driving school in Connecticut. Next week I'm off to Louisiana to see what's happening down south.
John Davis, on the road every day.
Hey, how fast you think I could get to Baton Rouge in one of these?
I've been eating Kellogg's Raisin Bran forever. 2 scoops and all that. I've heard of Total. I've never heard of Total Raisin Bran. A lot of raisins. Very good. 100%, 100%. Total Raisin Bran's got a lot of 100%. Kellogg's has a lot of 25s. No hundreds. None.
Why settle for less than Total Raisin Bran?
I'd go with the Total. I think it tastes better than Kellogg's.
New from Ultima 2, Wonderwear. The too sexy makeup that lasts for up to 18 hours.
I'm too sexy for my shirt, so sexy it hurts.
Wonderwear won't come off on your collar, and it won't come off on him.
I'm too sexy for my hat. What do you think about that?
Wonderwear, the too sexy makeup. Ultima 2, too sexy.
One great kit. Yours for just $15 with any Ultima 2 purchase at JCPenney.
On Personal FX, the Collectibles show, we'll learn about people through the stuff they collect.
Did you know there's actually a guy who's collected over 1,000 glass eyeballs?
Personal FX, the Collectibles show, every weekday on FX.
Eyeballs? Oh!
I'm standing here in Georgetown, Texas, doing my roving reporting for breakfast time. And I'm thinking, where am I going to take America tomorrow?
Julian Hamilton, on the road every day, only on FX.
Hey, this looks like a great place.
Problem with your pet pachyderm?
An elephant sits on my car.
Let Steve Walker and the pet department help you solve that problem.
We're the show that helps you find a pet and enjoy a pet.
Why, even the lovable Mr. French knows.
A New York apartment is hardly suitable for an enormous bear.
And our road test will help you find the four-footed friend that's best for you. Whether it's a feline or a canine, we've got all the answers in the pet department. Every day at 2:30, only on FX.
If you bought an old tin toy at a flea market and it's dirty and rusted, what do you do? We're going to be showing you in a moment just how to clean up that toy and make it look almost like new. So welcome back now to Personal FX. A reminder about our 800 number. We are going to be getting calls. We've seen some interesting items today, and we're going to be seeing some more items. And we're even going back to Eugene right now because Heather has an item to show us. Hi, Heather. Tell us about your, is that a teacup and saucer there?
Yes, it's a teacup that was my great-great-grandmother's. She immigrated from Wales, and I don't know too much about it. I believe it's gold hand-painted trim on the outside, and that's about it.
Now, I know that John and Deirdre are going to ask for the markings on the bottom. Is that, am I right, guys?
Right, what's on the bottom?
Yes.
There are
much closer.
There are no markings on the bottom, probably because it was manufactured in Wales or hand done in Wales.
Now, is that unusual for no markings on the bottom?
No, not at all. It's very common for generic material.
Yeah.
Can we see a close-up of the pattern?
Yeah.
Real fast.
Front of it.
Yeah.
It's interesting because the shape is a turn-of-the-century shape, the deep saucer prior to the turn of the century, but the decoration looks a little bit later. Not that they didn't start out that way. It's just an unusual shape. It's almost, it is perhaps, would you say English or Scottish? It has that feeling.
I think it's English. I think it's English. That's why.
That thistle, but obviously made for maybe the Scottish market with that kind of thistle design.
Yeah, that's true. That's right.
Yeah.
With the heathers and the moors.
Uh-huh.
Exactly.
I like all those words.
Yeah.
So if it's English and Scottish, the heathers and
the moors. There's that
and,
whole feel to it.
It has
yeah.
that.
We're talking to Heather.
Typically used.
What is the value?
Generically,
Is it one piece or is it more? Are there more pieces?
There are no more pieces.
Okay.
Most of them were broken.
$35
to $45 exactly.
Yeah.
Right in that price range.
In this condition?
Yeah, just
and
like
good
that.
luck,
Yeah.
and don't crack it, don't break it. Would you like to put it up for sale?
Well, it is my mother's. She would like to entertain offers, but I'm a little more sentimental than she is. If we don't get any bids on it, then I think I'll keep it.
Now notice, everybody, she really doesn't want any bids on this.
Just as an aside, the deep source.
It is my mother's, and I'm supposed to broker it for her.
Heather will be happy to make your mother happy.
All right.
Thank you so much for being with us. And now it's my time to play with some tin toys.
Oh, you've been waiting all day.
Yes, I've been waiting. Would you excuse me, please? I understand tin toys have been around since the 1870s. But apparently, they don't have to look like they're from the 1870s because you can clean them up and not affect the value of the toys. And Judith Katz-Schwartz, one of our ace appraisers, is here. She's got a fabulous, I didn't even know you had a fabulous tin toy collection. And I was told you have one toy from the 1950s that you cleaned up so well, nobody would ever know. Which one is that? This is them?
That's it.
That's
yes.
it.
That's a little rocket ship. And it's been cleaned and polished, and that's the key. I mean, the first step, of course, is to buy toys in the best possible condition, the best condition that you can find and afford, because rust really can't be removed without removing the paint also.
So rust is really the big thing. I mean, dirt, you can clean it up a whole lot
Well, you can
easier.
keep the rust from spreading, but you can't take it off. Not
Wait a
without
minute, how do you keep the rust from spreading?
By protecting the toy, protecting the rust from air, because rust is oxidation. It's metal that is combined with oxygen. If you keep it away from oxygen, it won't rust any further.
So you should be keeping it where?
Under a coat of wax, which I'm going to show you.
Under a coat of wax. Let's show us. Where do we start?
Well, we
Can I
start
help
with
you?
a little soapy water. Sure, you can. I'll give this to you if you like. And I brought a specially filthy toy. And we're using a towel because it's absorbent,
Okay, where do
and
we go?
it's a little bit abrasive, not enough to take off the paint, but it's kind of nubby.
You just use some ivory soap and water,
That's it. Just rub hard.
Oh, no, I really have to. Ooh, a lot of muscle power here.
That looks great.
Oh, that's doing it. Okay. That's easy.
Yeah.
But I didn't, wait, I'm grabbing a few things here.
Well, that could be rust.
That could be rust.
You never really know until you take off the dirt, what's under there. Okay, now we're going to use clean water and another towel. Also kind of
Should we always dress this nice to clean stuff?
Well, I always do. I prefer evening wear to
Wear
clean
our
toys.
FX aprons.
Yes.
That's what we need.
Just checking.
Okay, now we're going to use the other side of the towel, and you want to dry it thoroughly because water has oxygen in it, dihydrogen oxide.
Rust it more if you don't dry it.
Yeah, so and what you're going to do is you're going to put a coat of wax on here, and you don't want to trap the water in there. So
Any
you dry
kind
it
of
thoroughly.
wax or special wax?
Well, I use paste wax. This is butcher's wax right over here. And you need something pretty soft. So I have the old sock here, which is soft and also allows you to get into the little
These don't belong to
nooks and
John
crannies.
Burke, do they?
No, these are clean.
No, these are clean. Okay. Thank you. I have my sock here, too.
Okay. Now, wait. I'm going to give you this one because we need that one clean. Okay?
Okay.
Now, you're not going to rub hard. You're just going to apply this to the surface.
Just to the surface.
Okay, you're going to put a thin coat on the surface. And
Just gently.
Yeah, you're
This
just
is a
going to
gentle touch.
You're going to leave a coat on the surface. And now what's going to happen is you have to let the wax dry to just the right amount. If you don't let it dry enough, when you buff it, you'll be taking the wax off. That's good.
How do you know it's to the right amount if you're not standing next to me?
I usually wait 20 minutes, okay? Because if you wait too long, the wax will be hard, and then you're not going to be able to get a good shine. And you buff it. And the more you buff it, the more it's going to shine. You can see it's shiny right there.
So that coats it, protects it, so it's not going to rust.
Absolutely, and it keeps it nice and shiny.
Now these are all from your collection. This is easy. So do you have one that you've cleaned up the best?
Well, the one you pointed to is
one
the best.
there?
Also, there's a good little... Oh, sorry.
Our little gentleman
Good little
just
taxi
took
shined
off.
up pretty well.
This is really great. And a whole lot better than what was inside. So most of this would come off.
It will, yeah, pretty much all come off.
I thank you so much
Thank
for
you.
telling us about the care and feeding. And I do have some toys that I probably could
Oh, you can make them look great,
water,
whether you're going to
and a
sell
coat
them
of
or
fat.
keep them. You know, they just look nice when they're displayed if you wax them.
So if you go to a flea market and you see one that isn't in good condition, don't be afraid to buy it?
Unless it's rusty.
Unless it's really rusted
Yeah.
up. Thank you, Judith, so much.
Thank you.
And a reminder, if you would like to give us some feedback on the show, or maybe you would like to be a guest on the show, here's how you contact us. It's called communication. Call us at 212-802-4081. Fax us right here at 212-802-4201. Or write to us at P.O. Box 826, Madison Square Station, New York, 10159. We've got some toys to play with, and we're going to be opening up the mailbag in just a moment. Are we playing here?
We're playing.
All right. We are off.
One host with a host of perspectives.
You go back and forth on the beta-carotenes. One study says one thing, one study says the other.
Under Scrutiny with Jane Wallace, only on FX.
I joined Jenny Craig, and I love the Personal Taste Program.
You are offered a new way of living because it's so flexible and it gives you lots of choices.
I get to choose the foods that I like to eat.
If I can fit it in my schedule, then I know anybody can.
Announcing the brand new Personal Taste Program only at Jenny Craig. Lose all the weight you want for just $1 a pound. Call 1-800-92-JENNY today. That's 1-800-92-JENNY.
The power of Alka-Seltzer Plus cold medicine is taking shape in new Alka-Seltzer Plus liquid gels, rushing concentrated medicines to relieve your worst cold. Rush relief with new Alka-Seltzer Plus liquid gels.
Brewed by Deep Blue by Fabergé, the essence of man.
And now, FX's Ode to the Road. It twists, it winds, it carries us to and fro. It curves, it stops, it shows two ways to go. Oh, road, you do this selflessly. Not for you is glory, 'cause without your smooth-lined surface, FX couldn't hear people's stories. FX, we're on the road every day.
Billy, what's wrong?
I can't get this math.
Never before in America and in no other country in the world has it been easier to get top grades in math. How? The answer is Math Made Easy videotapes. Basic math, high school math, or college math, all tested and proven instructional videotapes just for you. If you need top grades in math, Math Made Easy tutoring tapes are a must. Used by educators all over America. It's like having your own professional tutor at your side. Follow the thousands of students who have gained confidence and have prepared for A's in math. Select the tapes you need. Call now for details and a free brochure. Dial 1-800-MATH-144. Help a student in your family.
Mom, I got an A. That's great.
Math Made Easy tutoring tapes are guaranteed. Call now for more information. Dial 1-800-MATH-144. That's 1-800-MATH-144.
Oh, Johnny.
Welcome back now to Personal FX. Another discussion going on here, a little back and forth. You like those tin toys?
Those are fun. That was my childhood. That was all my stuff.
Now I learned how to clean them and make them nice, which is great. I like learning around here. And a reminder of that, our 800 number to call in, because let me tell you about what we're getting bids on right now. First, we have this right here. And what do we call it? A silk engraving?
Photogravure.
Photogravure. Photogravure. It sounds much better.
On silk.
On silk. Worth about $100 to $125. And then the pen and pencil set from the 50s. And that's also worth about $100 to $125. So give us a call, and we'll let you know in a moment about our high offers of the day. We're going back to Eugene, though, because Elizabeth has something to show us. Hi, Elizabeth. Welcome to the show. And what would you like to have appraised?
Hi, Claire. I have this little doll. She's a little witch doll that I bought about 20 years ago at a garage sale.
Oh, she's adorable.
And these are all her clothes and her little castle she lives in.
Do you collect dolls?
No, I don't.
How much did you pay for her?
I really don't remember.
Don't remember.
This is right.
No idea.
Deirdre loves dolls.
Oh, stop.
She's the doll maven. Yeah, generic little dime store doll is what it looks like.
This is really fun, though.
Yeah.
You have, I see, can we go over towards the house?
Oh, did this come with it?
Oh, fabulous.
Yeah.
Oh, the whole thing together.
And the clothes are all, look at that.
Oh, that's fun.
Great.
That's fun. Turn the house around. That's great.
Yeah, and I don't know if you can get it on the camera, but her eyes flash. They're like lighted. She's battery operated, and they flash a green light.
Does she have any kind of a manufacturing mark on her back?
It says Girls World, which I'm not familiar with.
Don't know that.
And
I know a Girls World on Broadway, but I...
No, not that Girls World.
This looks like what, 70s, 80s? It doesn't
Late
look that...
60s
1972.
To 70s. Okay,
1972, okay.
Yeah, exactly what it is. Just a generic little doll. I don't know any purview or covenants for it, do you?
No, I
And
don't.
not like there were a lot of them made?
Yeah,
I really wouldn't get, I mean, I don't know. I think the set is great. I think it's fun, and I would say off the top of my head, $35 to $50.
Yeah, maybe 60. It's exactly where it
really
belongs.
neat.
Even with a little house?
Little house, because there's no provenance to it. There's no manufacturer, or there's not Barbie-ish
Or that we know
or
of.
Mattel-ish.
Well, it's
so.
still wonderful.
It's
35
fun.
to 60 is what they're saying, and you've had it for a long time. You like it. Would you ever put it up for sale?
oh, sure.
Oh, sure.
Sell it all.
She likes it. She'll put it up for sale.
There is a blue book of dolls collectors, which you can look up the name. You can probably get more information from that than I have in my brands.
Yeah, the only other information I have is on the tags on her clothing. It does say that it's a division of Milton Bradley, I believe.
Okay.
Okay.
We'll let you know, Elizabeth, if somebody falls in love with it and wants to make an offer on it. Thank you so much for being with us today. Very interesting item here. And time to open up our mailbag.
Letters. Where you get letters?
Deirdre, on Monday, when John is usually here, John and Pat together sing. Just want you to know. You don't sing, is that it? Anybody can
Not
sing.
on Mondays.
Let's
Or
sing out.
Wednesdays.
Lee Brockla has written us from St. Joseph, Michigan. Dear Claire, I want to tell you, first of all, how much I enjoy your show. It's the most informative and interesting of any I have seen. Well, thank you. I have a set of small toy soldiers, which I wish to sell. It was a gift to me by a friend who was cleaning out his attic. The set was sent to him by a friend who was living in Germany at the time 20 years ago. I believe it's pewter. The soldiers were made from original, very old German molds and are hand-painted. There's no box. There are 17 soldiers, one building. Each soldier is 1 1/4 inches tall. And the building is about 6.5 by 5. On the back of the building is a sign which reads, let's see, I don't speak German.
Zinfiguren, Cabinets, Berliner, Zinfiguren, Warner, Schultz, Berlin, and the phone number.
Yes.
Okay.
Hoping
8687. These
What do you
are
think?
probably within the past 20 years. They're a better quality. The hand painting on these is very good. The detail on the soldiers is very good, and it's nice that you have the building with it. They are not, as I say, anything older than 20 years old, and I would give the set a value of, I don't know, 125 to 150.
Probably, yeah, somewhere
what
there.
More things?
About 150. Just exactly that. If it's made from the old molds, I don't know how they know that, but it's an interesting little thing, about 20 years
About
old.
150.
Yeah, about 150.
Lee, thank you so much for writing to
Nice
us and for
paint.
glad you're enjoying the show. Thank you for saying that. And next we heard from Gary Bucher from Butte, Montana, and he's written, I'm enclosing photographs of an ashtray I purchased at a local antique shop in 1987 for $50. It was displayed in the window, and the light playing on it just intrigued me. I'm wondering, was it worth it? The tray is 6 1/8 inches in diameter, 2 1/8 inches high, and signed on the bottom by the artist. What do you guys think?
This is
We
good.
were going through this, and I'm like, it sounds like Lalique from the description on your paper. It is Lalique. It's signed Lalique, France. It is typical of Lalique glass. Is it iridescent, does it say?
No.
Okay,
No.
but it's a frosted glass, and Lalique is still being produced. This looks like an older piece.
And Lalique glass is valuable.
Lalique
yeah.
glass is very,
Anything
very
Lalique.
valuable. I think the hand signed is earlier than the block. I don't know.
It's a
I
needle
know
etch, and it is the earlier stuff.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
okay,
So
so
just
then
how
it looks
valuable.
like a style from the 20s or the 30s, and I would guess if it's not a reproduction or a pattern that's been done in an earlier style, I would give this a value of $250 to $350.
Yeah, it's definitely from the very early 30s by the design and the type of frosting that's on it. You're right on for the price,
Very
around
lovely.
$250. Yeah.
Gary,
Yeah.
you didn't
It's a
pay too
beautiful
much.
piece.
Only
This
paid
can be
$50.
looked up as well. This
Yeah.
this is something there
It's a
are
nice
more
piece.
specific figures on this.
Gary, thank you so much. And next, Muriel McBride has written to us from Prattville, Alabama, and she's on the line right now. Muriel, welcome to the program.
Thank you.
And tell us about this birthing chair that you wrote us about.
I don't know anything about it. My husband found it in the old shed behind his brother's home. And I was told that it was a birthing chair, and that's all I know about it.
Well, let's find out a little bit more. Years ago, they did use birthing
They
chairs.
did use birthing chairs, but the birthing chairs that I've seen were more egg-shaped and offered more support to the woman than this seems to be doing. I just honestly can't say for sure it is, but
Yeah,
it could well be.
But what could it be if it's not a birthing chair?
Uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Very uncomfortable.
Very good. It's very possible that the holes on the side were used as grips, and if you were to sit back, and I guess you would
I
get
don't
the right
think
position.
if I have to I don't think it's a birthing chair.
I
just don't get that feeling. To me, it seems more like a portable type of a chair, and I'm not going any further than that because I don't know.
It's a very early influence. It's Shaker-ish, but it's too ornate to be Shaker. It's some Pennsylvania Dutch
And the
look to
value-ish
it.
of it?
Because it's an interesting chair, I'd put 175 on it, 150, 175, because it's an interesting chair, but
Without knowledge,
some provenance,
if you're
exactly.
looking at it on auction, yeah, 150, 175.
175, and maybe
Yeah.
one of our viewers will call us
Exactly.
if they know
And give us
exactly
more
what it is.
information,
Muriel,
exactly.
did you have any interest in putting it up for sale?
No, I think I'll keep it and let my daughter-in-law try it out.
Okay. You obviously have a good relationship with your daughter-in-law. Thank you so much for being on the line today. And for those of you who have...
She might just have the baby to get out of that chair.
I wasn't sure how to take that comment. For those of you who have something you'd like to know of that and you can't visit us, do send us some pictures and videotape of your item to P.O. Box 826, Medicine Square Station, New York, New York, 10159. We appreciate your telephone number. We do like to call you. And enclose the size of the item, whatever you know about it, the markings that are on it. And we're going to be back with
the
Big
Big Bid.
Stay with us for that.
Give some action videos of it.
TV with you in mind. That's what you get when you watch FX. And now, if you watch FX really closely, you'll get your chance to win a family vacation. We call it the FX Vacation with you in mind. Just watch FX and away you go on the big red boat. All this week, keep an eye on FX for the big red boat because 5 times every day it'll be dropping anchor behind one of the FX hosts somewhere in the FX apartment. Spot it once and you could win an incredible vacation package. Write the date and the FX show where you saw the big red boat on a postcard with your name, address, and phone number and send it to FX Vacation with You in Mind. P.O. Box 208, Medford, New York, 11763. 3 lucky FX grand prize winners and their families will fly to the big red boat and set sail on a 4-night cruise to the Bahamas. Then it's a 3-day stay at the Walt Disney World Resorts, including all tickets, a rental car, and $500. 10 runners-up will be relaxing at home in cool FX denim shirts. FX Vacation with You in Mind. For your chance to win, just keep watching FX. Brought to you by the Big Red Boat and FX. TV with you in mind.
Why settle for a half a workout on an ordinary treadmill when you can get a superior total body workout? Introducing the incredible new WalkFit from Nordic Track. Unlike ordinary treadmills, WalkFit's unique design lets you exercise your upper body and lower body at the same time. You get a fast, effective total body workout that burns up to 1,000 calories per hour. Whether your goal is to lose weight, tone muscles, or relieve stress, you can do it all with the WalkFit Total Body Treadmill from Nordic Track. Clinical tests show you can burn up to 79% more calories than with ordinary treadmills, up to 1,000 calories per hour. The unique upper body motion and lower body resistance actually results in a 53% greater cardiovascular workout than with ordinary treadmills. And WalkFit has no motor. It's safe and easy to use. Unlike motorized treadmills, you control the pace. There's no herky-jerky starts and stops. The WalkFit has separate resistance settings for arms and legs, so you can design a workout that's right for you. With its select wood construction and sturdy 14-gauge steel poles, WalkFit is really built to last, and you get a 30-day in-home trial and 2-year limited warranty. It's easy to enjoy Nordic Track's WalkFit in your own home.
Don't let this opportunity pass you by. Calling this number right now could be the best thing you'll ever do for yourself. Nordic Track is America's leading fitness company, and we have a fitness solution that's right for you. So call now for a free video and brochure.
You know regular total body exercise combined with a sensible diet helps you burn more calories so you can lose weight safely and keep it off. Why wait a minute longer? Call our toll-free number now and receive a free information-packed video and full-color brochure showing how you can get started on an exercise program you'll really enjoy and stick with. Don't settle for a half a workout when you can get the superior total body workout you've always wanted with WalkFit from America's #1 fitness company, Nordic Track. Call today. After all, it's from Nordic Track.
Welcome back now to Personal FX. We've got a full crowd here. We've got items to tell you about, and we're going back to Eugene because, Kim, you and your mother are going to have to make a decision here. I know your mother wants to sell, and you don't, but, I'm sorry, Elizabeth, I'm sorry. Yes. We have Kim, I've got that a little bit. We have Kim on the line from Preston, Idaho, who has made an offer for you, Elizabeth, sorry about that, for $70 for the witch doll.
I'll think about it. I'd like to take her number.
Yeah, you talk to your mom about it. You have to talk to your mom. Okay, very good. Thank you so much for being with us. And let's see, Christine, for the Dutch silk painting, we have Ray from Midland, Michigan, has made an offer of $165.
No, I don't think so.
Don't think so. Okay, a no on that. Jeff, for the pen and pencil set, Michael from Salt Lake City has made an offer of $135.
I think Michael owns a pen and pencil set.
Sold!
I'll say yes.
Sold! We are sold. And going back to Eugene, what an interesting collection, John, today. And our thanks to the other John, the super collector. You know what? It's so interesting to hear the history behind some of these items as well, and to know that somebody's protecting and taking good care of very old items.
And really appreciating
Yes,
it. That's right. So
history.
really want to take time to just thank everybody in Eugene and everybody with TCI Cable because we're just having a great time out here. And this is one more piece of his collection, actually. It's American chestnut wood, which is extinct now. And we'll be learning more about that tomorrow when we visit a man who collects wood. And, you know, this is kind of a logging area, so we're going to find out a lot about that tomorrow.
And glad to see you have a nice shirt on here today, John.
What's that, Claire?
I'm glad to see you have a nice shirt on here today. We're finally
Untorn, that's right.
seeing one without here. Good. See you tomorrow. And thanks to all of you for joining us. Judith, thanks for teaching me about tin toys. John, and thank you so much, Deirdre. And we'll see you all back here tomorrow. Have a great day.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Vernon Shaw taking a quick look at headlines on FX. Domestic abuse remains the focus in the O.J. Simpson trial today as prosecutors call more witnesses to the stand. A new national medical study shows cancer rates are up since 1975. And forecasters say the weather's cooperating for tomorrow's 1 a.m. launch for the Space Shuttle Discovery. And after 4 false starts, Denver's officials have finally set an opening date of February 28th for the city's new $4.2 billion airport. And finally, Ben & Jerry's Ice Cream has named Robert Holland Jr. its new